So, welcome to the fighting game that started a tidal wave of output. A new fighting game release every 2 years for 5 games in a row. This is Mortal Kombat, aka Mortal Kombat 2011, aka MK9. Brought to you by the rechristened Netherrealm Studios. Ain't nothing changed but the name. Most of the key players who brought you MK vs. DC are present and accounted for. They had to get a whole bunch of new staff on board just to be able to handle the girth that is HD gaming, as well as for the struggle that awaited all of them. Word on crunch didn't start coming around until MK11, but at this point, optimism was high. Mortal Kombat 9 is a back-to-basics fighting game. All the 3D stuff is basically gone. The only third dimension that is involved here is the third dimension used to model the characters. So for Mortal Kombat 9, obviously I'm going with a fan favorite, aka my fan favorite.
Kitana.
Get it? I had to think about it for a second, then, yeah, the heck with it, let's run with it.
You will learn respect.
Round one. Fight.
So Mortal Kombat 9 is the first real reboot of the Mortal Kombat franchise, essentially taking Armageddon and then traveling backwards about almost 15 years after the fact, to the start of the original Mortal Kombat tournament, or at least the one that mattered.
Kitana wins.
Hence why the roster is mostly old school editions, with a few exceptions of the new era, plus a bone getting thrown, as well as a fan service edition that I'm pretty sure we have. This really did start the DLC trend of, we can turn that into a fighting game character? We sure can.
Finish him. Kitana wins. Fatality.
You will learn respect.
Round one. Fight.
For the record, we are back to 5-button fighters. Front punch and back punches, front kicks and back kicks. Blocking is an option. Throwing is on its own shoulder button. There are a few other extra things. If you input the move and then press block at the same time, you'll get an enhanced version of it. Normally referred to as EXs by, well, Capcom players like myself. It would be a nice way to... there's no other word for it. It'd be a nice way to enhance your special moves. Not just in damage output, but in overall recovery and overall utility. Not that Kitana really needs it. This game started getting a little more technical. Started realizing that the only way to keep up with the current trends of fighting games was to become a legitimate fighting game. And that means super moves. Introduced in Mortal Kombat 9 was an X-ray move. You spend all 3 bars for a damaging ender.
Kitana wins.
As you can tell, this game was not playing around. This is now Mortal Kombat. This is the identity come full circle. Whereas nowadays, the fatalities of yesteryear are seen as tame. MK9s are anything but.
Learn respect.
I will show no mercy.
The blood and violence are turned up a couple of notches. Apologies if the offense gets a little stale. Trying to mix up my combo output, but overall, optimal damage tends to win out at the end of the day.
Fight.
Ah! The idea was to jump in and do the X-ray, but... Which, yes, that X-ray does work in the air. Not everyone's does, but it's mostly applied to certain characters.
Finish.
By the way, your eyes did not deceive you. Block normals also do chip
Kitana
damage.
wins.
Like, this game was fast. Unapologetically fast. That's part of why MK9 is so beloved today.
You will learn respect.
Show me what you can do.
Round
Because Netherrealm looked at the opposing battle between Polish and Flash and said, why not both? There are babalities too, but yeah, you have to do an entire round without blocking, in which I believe that ship has sailed at this point.
Kitana wins. Round 2. Fight.
I find that whenever I pick up this game again, it's usually for the first time in a long time. I find myself learning a new character. Like, it used to be Raiden, then it became Sector. Like, the last time I literally played this game was for IAS tournament, and that was me playing Sector for the first time.
Kitana wins.
You will learn respect.
Thunder take you.
But the one constant has always been Kitana. Kitana is the character that I have enjoyed the most. It is a constant struggle between MK9 Kitana and MKX Kitana, with Assassin Kitana from X usually winning the war. Just due to all the options I kept finding.
Get up.
And for everyone's classic looks, moves, styles, it's all accounted for. The team at Netherrealm didn't want just another reboot. They wanted to make sure that everything that made the original Mortal Kombat feel special was in MK9.
Round 2. Fight.
Yes, she still has fan lift. I'm just not using it that much because it severely reduces your combo damage.
Kitana wins. Round 3. Fight.
He also has good old down back one. When it comes time for a certain fight, get used to seeing it a lot. Alright, I just want to wait for the right time. Because Raiden's going to move all over the place.
Kitana wins. Fatality.
But anywho, in ensuring that this game resembled its classic self, aka 1992, classic stages, classic characters, they're back. They're accounted for.
You will learn respect. Let us dance.
Round 1. Fight.
Alina's always been a dangerous character just because of the angles she can hit you. For the record, breakers are here, denoted by the lightning bolt on your meter. There are mechanics in this game, and each of them are denoted by certain levels of your meter.
Alina wins.
Was it for you?
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, not what I was hoping for. Would rather secure the kill here.
Get up.
Kitana wins. Round 3. Fight.
Ah, I love instant air daggers. Oh, absolutely.
Kitana wins. Fatality.
Kitana versus Shiva, if I remember correctly, is a matchup where Kitana fans just sort of laugh and have their down back one on standby.
You will learn respect.
For the Shokan!
Round 1. Fight.
She's not the ruling queen like she would become in MK11. Alright. I was pretty sure you could down back one it. That's probably on reaction.
Kitana wins.
Whew, close one.
Round 2. Fight.
Alright, was not figuring that. Okay. Got greedy. Not finishing my plate at all.
Fight. Finish her. Kitana wins.
And from here out, we have a trinity of boss fights. I know guys aren't used to seeing Shang Tsung as a boss fight, but trust me.
You will learn respect.
Your soul is mine.
Round 1. Fight.
He's a boss fight. He has the transformations, and every time he transforms, he gets a damage boost on the transformation. On top of all the fireball tricks he can pull. Okay, game, I understand. I understand. You can't let me throw fans from full distance. I got it.
Round 2. Fight.
The message is loud and clear. It always slows down on this stage. Weird.
Get up.
By the way, who he transforms into is completely random. Sometimes it's you.
Kitana wins. Round 3. Fight. Kitana wins. Fatality.
Your sub-boss is either Goro or Kintaro. I was hoping for the latter.
You will learn respect.
Round 1. Fight!
Although I don't really like this Kintaro design that much. Per sub-boss bylines, he has reduced damage. Or, I guess damage resistance is the term here. Alright, yeah, that was too early. Another thing he has is super armor.
Kitana wins.
On certain moves, he will be able to absorb your hit and keep on tanking. The boss after him also has this. A good rule of thumb is that that particular armor is on active frames, not recovery frames.
Get up.
Otherwise, Kintaro's not that much of a problem.
Kitana wins.
Shao Kahn, on the other hand, is a boss of infamy. If you didn't get that far in story mode, he's the reason. I do have a plan in mind. It's still probably going to take a couple tries to beat him. The idea is to use down back 1, because at this point Shao Kahn basically controls the ground. He not only has damage resistance, he has enhanced damage. Everything he does hurts. On occasion, he will taunt you. And that is the best opportunity to smack him. But if it hasn't been made clear by the left side of your screen, mistakes are costly.
Kitana wins.
Playing this like a normal fight is just going to get you killed in brutal fashion. This is a fight about patience. If you have to spam a certain move to knock him down, do so. Teleports are recommended, encouraged, and a key to survival. And if you don't beat him the first time, don't worry. He's at his absolute toughest the first time. I'm just waiting for the opening. See, Netherrealm had the foresight to slightly decrease difficulty each time you use a continue. Of course, for me, that's not necessary.
Kitana had ended Shao Kahn's life for his betrayal. She had discovered the truth about Melina, but rather than slay her as well, she took pity on her half-sister. She offered Melina a home within the Edenian aristocracy. She was, after all, of royal blood. Melina cautiously accepted her sister's invitation. With Melina and Jade at her side, Kitana formed a fighting force dedicated to bringing justice to the realms. Never again would a warlord arise to create such terror.
Na, na, na. Na, 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 na. Sorry. All I could think of. But that's Mortal Kombat 9. Hailed as one of, if not the best entry in the entirety of Mortal Kombat, it is a bold statement that MK9 is not afraid to back up with crisp gameplay, fun characters, speed unlike any other. There's an entire challenge tower of content if you want your single-player content. A story mode that continued to rewrite how fighting game story modes are handled, and several other developers are still chasing. MK9 did so much for fighting games. But in any case, that's going to do it for this particular video. Next up is not another Mortal Kombat. Next up, we see a fighting game where gods walk among us. See you guys then.